Continuing on from the last video in our efforts to make paper crumpling, synthesize, analog, modeling, we have an arpeggiator and a note generating lots of random MIDI notes. Then we have Vital doing a range of things. We're making a click. And that click is being panned, and then we have a resonator or a sine wave with a decay tail, which is all being randomized over here using these random sections. We're also randomizing a cutoff. It doesn't quite sound like paper at the moment, but it's closer than I thought I would get in 2 videos worth. Now what I want to do here today is, guess what I've got in my hand? Let's record some paper. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see much from the waveform, but I'd like to record myself crumpling up a piece of paper and listening to it to see what else there is or what we could potentially do differently. So let's just go, hopefully Live's picking up the mic here. Let's just go record. Okay, so we're recording in here now, and let's crumple some paper. Okay, that was fun. Now you have to excuse me, I'm using a mic that requires phantom power and I'm waiting on my new sound card to turn up, so this is the waveform we have to deal with. Let's just bring it up and let's have a listen to it. Oh, it's a good sound, eh? Really good sound. Okay. Let's just make it nice and big. I'm just going to listen to this a few times. Now what I notice first off is, as expected and discussed in the first video, as we crumple it more and more, the membranes, I guess, of the individual pieces of paper that are vibrating are getting smaller and smaller because there's a lot more of them and the surface is getting divided. So therefore the pitch is going up of the crackles and the, I guess you could say, the resonating sounds. So you can hear right here at the end we've got really high clicks. And here we've got more lower ones right at the start. It seems to take a kind of a bell curve type shape. In fact, I kind of want to just draw that shape. Might seem a bit strange, but I'd just like to be able to visualize it as we listen to it and follow it along to see if that was going. Someone told me the tip, I can't remember your username, sorry, off the top of my head, that I can just right click and go group, and we no longer have the groups, so I feel like that's something I should have known, but there you go. So I'm going to throw in an audio effect track just so we have some macros to draw these lines. So here's macro 1. So let's just say it goes from here to here, and if we add a point in the middle, hold down Alt and go like this. So this is sort of the, and maybe it comes back here. This is kind of what I think this is doing. Even back like this. So even though we need randomization in the pitch of those decayed sounds and the clicks, we can't really pitch the clicks because they're a white noise. Yeah, so even though we've got the randomization happening with the random module inside Vital, we can still modulate the overall pitch of that oscillator. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's just say one of these bars is one individual click. And I tell you what we could do. Here's another interesting thought, is as I crumple this up, I've got the crumpled piece of paper here. As my hands closed around the paper, they actually formed a case around the paper, and my hands themselves created another resonant cavity but they also started muffling and cutting off the frequencies because they were closing in on it. So have a listen here as I close my hands around this paper. So this is without, and this is with. So that might be a little bit too tech. But you know, with this kind of modeling stuff, which isn't my expert area by any means, I feel like every little thing counts. So that's something to think about later down the track. Anyway, let's have a listen to one of these. And I could safely say that the frequency of the clicks or triggers would increase over this time. So there'd be less clicks at the start, and that would ultimately... Actually, it sounds like there's less clicks at the start, and then there's heaps in the middle section here, and then at the end there are not many. I think that's accurate. So let's go ahead and do that then. So we'll start off with that. So the way I can do that, hopefully, is just by moving the offset of both of these two values. So let's bring this down. Where's my offset here? Okay, this might be a bit fiddly. Let's bring this right down. We'll bring it up. So we want to kind of let's just go up and down for now. We can do curves later. And we need to do the same with this one here. Where is the offset on this one? Oh no, that's fast. Oh, we need to go down then up, sorry. So down, and then back up again. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make this 2 bars long just so we've got more time to work with. So we'll make the length of this 2, and we'll drag this out 2 bars. And then we can just drag this automation out. Can we? Like so. And we need to do the same with this one here. We need to invert this. I'm just going to redraw this one. So that comes down fast and then back up again. I'm just going to get rid of this here so it doesn't loop itself. This needs to go way more down. I'm not sure why this comes down to 34%. This needs to be right down. And let's even make this a little bit more drastic. So I want this to come down more as well. That's too much. Whoa. That's too much as well. And let's start drawing some bell curves here. I think this needs to be quicker. Or maybe not. Let's just leave it as it is. So let's change this into more of a bandpass filter. So the random that's affecting this is this one, I think. Is it this one? I don't know. Filter cutoff. So let's bring this down. Now we need to go into Vital, go configure, take the cutoff, and now we need to have this going up over those 2 bars. So we're going to start low. We definitely have too many notes playing in this area. Okay. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. Quite keen to power on with the next one. See you then.